What's good, y'all? It is your boy, Mr. G, today's host for Straw Hat Sit Down, episode 192.
Let's go.
Hey. Today it is break week for the manga, so we have a special episode. We are going to do a live action review of the live action One Piece, the first two episodes of season 2. And today, joining me will be that boy, huss. How you doing today, brother?
What's going on, man? I'm chilling, bro. Absolutely vibing. No chapter, but it's no problem because you got a beautiful live action season 2 coming. So we just got it last week. So I'm only on episode 1 and 2. Missed it further than all of us, but that's what we're talking about today. But I'm excited, man. I like season 1, and I was excited for season 2, but it's blowing it out of the water in terms of enjoyment as a fan. So I'm excited, man.
Yes. I've watched all of it already, so I cannot wait. And with us, last but not least, that boy Straw Hat Mod. How you doing, brother?
What is good, y'all? What is good? It's been a great week. With the live action coming out and everything like that, I've been thoroughly enjoying myself. So I can't wait to honestly get into talking about it. Like,
what episode you on again?
I'm on episode. I'm on episode 5. Didn't finish it, but I'm on it.
Okay.
So really enjoying myself. So can't wait to talk to the homies about it. So I can't wait to get into it.
Yes. Callie Mack unfortunately could not join us. He did not watch the first 2 episodes, but he's doing his thing, and he will join us because we do plan to do at least one more episode, a full season review of this live action season 2. Because the whole thing was absolutely great. After watching it, and I'm on my second watch through with my wife. But before we get into that, I want to do a quick shout out to my father. Happy birthday! It's his 65th birthday on Wednesday, and we celebrated yesterday and everything like that. I want to say, Pops, I love you, and happy birthday. He's on episode 5 of One Piece right now, but my mom is on episode 6 of the first season. So slowly getting everyone into it. Season 2, episode 1. Let's get started. The crew goes to Lodgetown. I just want to say, let me get the picture up. Hold up. Because 2 or 3 episodes ago, we did a review of the one scene. I didn't know that it was an actual scene, so we got copyrighted, and we weren't able to share it with our family, with everyone on our audience on YouTube, because it was removed. But the beginning sequence where we get to see Luffy's wanted poster pop up, and just the crew interacting with each other. Sanji cooking, and he's persuading Nami, to go, like, they need to stop by Lodgetown to get ingredients. Because I love that you got Usopp making taking the pepper to make his pepper bombs and stuff like that, and using and Sanji's like, bro, I need that for food, dog. And then of course he goes to give Nami a fancy meal, right? And it was like a black peppered octopus, and she's like, for a peppered octopus there's not a lot of pepper on it. And then Sanji's just looking at Usopp, and Usopp's like, yeah. But they're trying to convince her to go to Lodgetown. Usopp doesn't want to go because it is a marine base. Once he finds out that it's a marine base, and he's like, "No, that's a bad idea." And then you see Nami's like, "You know what? It's been a while since I've spent on myself, so like I haven't never spent on myself, really, if you think about it." And she's like, "Let's do it." And Usopp's like, where's Zoro? So you see Zoro fucking working out, which is awesome, right? Like, everyone's in character, dude. And like Zoro's like, you know what? Shopping? Yeah, I need new swords. and quickly, Sanji's with the quick remark, making fun of him, like, that ass kicking that you got from Mihawk breaking your 2 swords, right? And then they're just going back and forth. Just those little mannerisms I absolutely adore already, just to start. And then Usopp calls for Luffy, and Luffy gets his wanted poster for the first time, right? And he joins, and Usopp is like, Luffy, be the captain that you're meant to be, whatever. Like, I'm going to trust you. And tell these guys that we can't go to Lordstown. You know, we're gonna be gonna get in trouble. There's a lot of death and stuff like that. And Nami's like, well, that is where Goldie Roger was executed. So, you know,
Checkmate.
checkmate. And what I love though is Usopp. You see the camera pan to Usopp's face and his demeanor. He's like, oh, you son, and he's like, and then Nami's just like, you know, you want to see that, right? And he's like, of course, you know I do. Like, and they're like, fucking, yo, oh man, because Luffy's just fucking innocent, and you know, he's just excited to do this shit. And next, Usopp lost that real fast. Nami already had that checkmate ready, you know, and it was beautiful. And then like I had mentioned it before, but she had made the comment about, and you thought we were skipping Lordstown, right? And
yes,
and like I know that there was meta commentary because when the season 1 happened and people were speculating that they might skip it, and you know, to go straight to Reverse Mountain or whatever the case may be. I'm glad that is not the case. They followed, you know, the steps of the manga and the anime and went to Lordstown because that's an important moment. And I like just from that scene. I know I've been going on. Sorry, guys.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
You know, just the beginning scene was beautiful, leading into the
Very beautiful.
Like just the chemistry is already there. Like you're already set up. Like you're literally picking up where we left off last season. Like I feel like we haven't skipped a beat. You know what I mean?
You could low-key like just start season 2 and just get a good view of who they all are.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That I think that matches perfectly with like everything that like these characters are in that one scene, because you got on one end you got Usopp trying to convince everyone to not go because being afraid. You got Nami using, you know, her slyness and connivingness or whatever to get her way when it came to like, you know, convincing Luffy and stuff like that. Zoro, when you know they're showing him working out, so clearly he's like and he got the swords and everything, so everyone can be conveyed that like this is the muscle of the group, the fighter. And when Usopp tells him, he's like, oh yeah, I need swords, so sure. It's as simple as that. And you obviously got Sanji's cooking expertise and, you know, his little wits between Zoro, and then you also got like just little tidbits of like Luffy, you know, trying to snatch like
grabbing the food, trying to go after Nami's food. Yeah. Oh man,
like, it's great early characterization and show, and I felt like they worked out. I bet they were thinking a lot about like how they wanted to open it up, and I felt like I could tell off of that scene alone that they really put a lot of heart and thought into it, and I love that. I absolutely love that scene.
No, dude, I do too. It's, the fact that you mentioned that Sanji was holding Nami's food because this dude's a simp, bro. He's serving, he's waiting. He's like, yo, I'm gonna hold it for you in case you need it, you know, because he's always catering to at least her. And I love that he made her that extravagant meal. Meanwhile, Usopp's like, I just got an egg sandwich. Like what? Like what?
I swear to God, that's like a thing in the anime and manga. Like,
you know, like he's always giving like extravagant meals to Nami and Robin, as you know, we know later on. But and all the ladies on the crew, because Vivi as well. But all the guys just get, you know, simple shit. Like Luffy, you just need a bone of meat. Zoro, beer, you know, alcohol. And then everyone's except for Chopper. He'll feed Chopper. You know,
yeah.
But
I mean, I didn't get as far in the live action, so I don't know if he says that part in the manga/anime where, you know, he basically says like, I make sure that Nami and Vivi's meals are made to that might have been it right there, but he said I made sure that their meals are made to the utmost code of nutrition and stuff like that. And then he was like, and then anything else I give to you three.
Yeah. I don't think they did that. When I remember, they did not do that. They might save that for the next season, but that is great. But just like the subtle thing, like just like what we were talking about, by the Usopp mentioning that he just got an egg sandwich, is already showing that Sanji's side of Sanji as well, which I absolutely adore.
Yeah.
And I think in the live action, it's a little more muted, right? He's not like, because I know people have issues with later in the manga and the anime, like, Sanji's he goes a little crazy on that gag. But in the live action so far, it's like a little subtle.
No, it's subtle. He's not like overly like hitting on the girls and like he's catering to them, but he's also very caring and about it too. Later on, you will see you see some Sanji mannerisms
it crops up.
crop up here and there, but it's definitely done in a more tasteful way than I believe the anime and manga does it.
Yeah, like later on, especially the anime. I know the anime. Shout out to Toei Animation, bastards. Sometimes they play it up a lot.
They do, and
like Loki hates Sanji, but that's a topic for another day.
No, it's true. It's true. I really
yeah,
love.
Kind of great, man.
I love live action Sanji. He's nice.
He's great. He's really good. He's like in my top 3 for sure. So far.
So what did y'all think of when they actually touched down? Like, so when they touched down, right, and they introduced it and they brought in Smoker. Right?
Yes.
That Smoker. I was like, yo, this is actually sick. Like how they got him down
in the billow bike.
I was clapping when I saw that. I was like, yo, let's go.
Already doing work. He had a pirate tied up, bro. He was like, and you know what's nice? If you go slowly and you stop at the scene when you first see, because they made sure to show you his feet. His feet are all smoke because it's powering the bike, right? Because and like you don't see his feet, you just see his feet, his legs turning into smoke. Powering the bike, like little things like that, dude. I absolutely fucking love. And then the fact that you mentioned Lordstown, that like them touching down, we even see some characters from the from the series, like the guy the hanger guy, like he has like, and then we even saw a guy with the freaking broccoli head that we've seen in Lordstown before. Like they like have so many not cameos, but like. Like characters that were actually in the series, like popping up in
like Easter.
Easter egg. Yeah, definitely. That's the perfect word.
I mean, there's one huge one, right? Like Bartolomeo is like a
major huge.
We have to talk about that, bro. That is such an interesting change.
I liked it. I liked it a lot personally. But
yeah, I was like, oh, that is such a good idea because here's the one thing when they touched down, right? I was wondering what route they were going to go because if you read the manga, you know that they went a certain way where it was like very concise, very straight and narrow, right? In terms of like what they wanted to accomplish and everything like that.
Yeah.
And when you if you watch the anime, they do those things, but they also add the filler and stuff like that. Like I don't know if you ever saw the Loketown filler in the anime version.
I did.
You stopping the sniper or something like that.
Yes.
You guys talked about it when
Danny fucking.
I was like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
Mr. Masterson, right, or some shit like that. Like
you mentioned his name, and I've only read the manga for that part. I was like, this thing is making niggas up.
yeah. Like, and then like the Sanji cook-off.
Yep.
Yeah. I did not know what they were going to do. I didn't know if they were going to like stay there a little bit and they were going to fill out the entire episode with like different things and stuff of that magnitude, right? But here's the cool thing. When they did it in the live action and they touched down and, Nami was giving out the spending money and stuff like that.
I love that.
Thinking about how, okay, Zoro, he's obviously going to go get the source. We know that. Sanji is with Luffy, which I think is different because Luffy kind of just went off
on his own.
On his own. So I thought if Sanji was going with Luffy, when Luffy was going with Sanji, then there must be a little bit like of something filler wise that might bridge all these things together. Or something that we have never seen. And so when Nami goes off with Usopp, and I really thought we might get some of those filler stuff and like have that integrated into the live action some way. But instead, my presence of surprise when they brought in Bartolomeo and made him the kind of woven bridge that gets everybody to where they need to be. Yeah. I was like, yo, that is actually genius. Like that is a great idea.
It was.
Yeah, because you have him like basically he's trying to steal And Nami basically, like, he tried to steal from Nami, and Nami's like, "You amateur, like, trash." Like,
Yep.
it's like she just showed, like, bro, you're not out slicking me, bro. And then she's like, and then she's giving him advice on how to be a better thief. And then he tries that on Luffy because Luffy
of all people
veers off from Sanji. Yeah, and then he brings him to the execution. I was like, oh, that's great. That's how we get from here to here. Because I was thinking, like, okay, if Luffy's going to run off, which he didn't, but I'm like, if Luffy's going to run off, he's going to probably wander around until he gets to the execution site. But instead, they made it where Bartolomeo guides him to the execution site. Because I didn't think they were going to show the old man in the bar. I honestly didn't think that
they did mention him though. They said his name. Smoke. He gave Smoker he said Raul. So he gave Smoker the drink because Tashigi was there later on. No, but before you get there, Mod, the fact that you brought up the filler, they did subtly bring it up though because Sanji, when he went to the market, that blue Marlin thing was what he won in the filler, right? He won in a cooking contest. Why us? Because you look confused right now. But and then
I think it was the fish was in the manga too, but I think I guess they adapted it to how he got it in the anime. So
yeah,
cool they made a both homage to both of them.
Yeah, so and then the girl that Usopp stole, I'm assuming he stole those goggles, was the daughter of the sniper dude. It was the little girl, because remember she was there in the filler.
Yeah,
I forgot her. I forgot.
Walking around when she slapped his hand.
Yes, she was on the side because she was wearing the goggles first.
Oh, that's cool.
That was her. So like that was a nice fucking little Easter egg. And back to Nami giving out the money. Of course, Sanji gets the money, right? Because he's getting food for everyone. And the fact that Zoro's like, "Can I get money too?" Like, was adorable and like so hilarious. And then she's like, "Here, but you got 300% interest, which is ridiculous, ridiculous." My girl Nami is just like my sister, bro. I never borrow from my sister because she's like 25% interest, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
No, I was honestly surprised that they did. I was looking for Zoro's reaction when she said 300% interest because Zoro in the anime and manga obviously was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
yep.
That's ridiculous.
His face said it though. His face didn't say. He's like, "What the?" Like, but he still took it anyway.
Yeah, he was like, like it's just like that was funny. That was funny. I was like, damn, like the 300% interest shit is like that was one of the things I was waiting for.
Yeah, and they did it well. And then like. I love that he's just like, what if Danny want more? And she's like, haggle, like,
no, that was great. And then we have to talk about the Zoro. I think the Zoro stuff was very interesting to touch on. Like, so meeting Tashigi, right?
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't know. I'm like, are they going to make Zoro do the same thing where he breaks her glasses and she's gonna work inside? He goes to work inside of a marine.
That would have been funny. But
sweeping and mopping and stuff. But I figured we might not have had time to do all that. But and which they didn't do. So they just combined the scene of him getting his other swords from that one place and him meeting Tashigi kind of like all in like one span. So it's like, Tashigi. I'm surprised they didn't have her like boxing though, like or not boxing, but you know what I mean, like fighting like that riffraff early or whatever to show like that she's a cold swordsman or whatever.
She is cold though. I was rather impressed, but yeah.
Yeah, but they introduced it where he's getting her glasses, help her, and then. She placates into his like, "Are you lost?" And he's like,
dude,
"I'm not lost,
bro.
I'm not lost."
My man was shook, bro. Like, not just is he thrown off by the fact that he got bumped into, right? And then he sees this girl that looks just like Huina, right? And then she's gonna go into one of his insecurities about him being terrible with directions, and ask him if he's lost. And he's like, "I'm not lost. I have a great sense of direction." and then he's like, that's where I'm going.
That is what Shizoro would say. He'd be like, nah, you're lost, bro.
You know, like that was hilarious. And then also playing into Tashigi being clumsy, right, by bumping into him. And I absolutely love that. And then they go straight, like you said, they go straight into the sword. And I absolutely love this whole scene. To me, it was done perfect. 10 out of 10. And apparently, McKinney fought for the scene to be in it. He's like, no, this scene needs to be in the series.
The sword throw?
It has to be. I mean, it's a.
Wait, they really were thinking about taking that out?
I don't know, but I feel like he did mention that in one of the interviews that this is definitely a scene that needs to be nailed perfectly. Like, you know.
Oh, so. Okay. I'm about to say, ain't no way
There's no way. I was like, there's no way.
There's also a lot of ways to make that not dangerous. So I'm sure it was like not a safety thing.
No,
he's like, let's get it right. You know, let's get it perfectly right. Which I'm glad they did because it was simple, it was clean, it was like the manga panels. It was perfect.
It was
bro. Perfectly executed.
Perfectly.
I love that. I love the way dude. So it wasn't like this in the anime / manga, but when dude basically tried to haggle Zoro for the Wado Ichimonji. That was hilarious. I loved that scene. That's like a treasured scene for me because he was like, hey. That sword. What? Can you show me that? And he pulled it out.
That got ugly, bro. They gave him the whole haircut and everything, the ugly mohawk and everything. Oh, dude, the guy.
Bruh, that scene just was. They nailed the story too. Everything about it was dope. And then I'm like, damn, this shit's cleaner than the manga. But either way, like he unsheathed the sword a little bit, and then he's like, nah. This ain't what I thought it was. It ain't worth much. And then Zoro was he's like, wait, but I'll do you a favor. I'll give you 200. I'll give you 200 for that, and you can 200,000 for that, and you can get like
a high grade sword or some shit like that.
Yeah. He's like, nah. He's like, wait, okay, listen, I'll give you 500 or 700 or something like that.
Yeah.
You can take like
my top swords.
Yeah, like
whatever you can carry.
Yeah, like, bruh, that was hilarious. That was great. And then Tashigi, when she came in, like, I knew it. That's the Wado Ichimonji. And he's like,
bruh. Yep. And she's just like, people would pay tens of millions for this, and he's like, this little, like,
it's done, bro.
Yeah. But what I loved was Zoro's response though during that was him saying, "Oh, so this is haggling," right? Yeah. So when Nami told him, and he's just like, "I'm not selling this. Like, no, like, whatever you wanted." And then this guy's all upset, and then he goes to get Tashigi's sword, right? And then Zoro asks her to help him pick out a sword in the store. So that's when he finds. This is Susui? No.
No, it's Kitetsu.
No, Kitetsu. Yeah, Sunday Kitetsu.
Kitetsu the third.
The third, right?
Also say, yeah.
He finds it in the bargain bin, and then they talk about how it's a cursed sword, and it's the third in line of its lineage, right? And the guy's been trying to sell it, but no one wants to take it, and so Zoro's like, you know what? Let's test my. I know people didn't like this change in it. Let's test my will to the power of the curse or whatever. I know
why didn't they like it?
They didn't like that he used will. They said it's luck, and I was like, all right, bro, you guys are the fucking nitpicking here, bro. This is shit that I saw on Twitter, dude. No, they really nitpicking, dude. It's wild, dude.
That is absolutely nitpicking. Come on, you know what he meant when he said that. Luck, will. That's like in this series, it's damn near interchangeable.
Yeah,
and actually, it's better. It's actually better that he said will, because that's like the main arcing theme of the whole series in the first place. Luck. Yeah. I'm pretty sure when Oda said that the concept of hockey still wasn't like fully fleshed out, and the full blown ideas of what One Piece was going to be, because
Yeah.
that was we got to remember that was really really early One Piece,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
East Blue. So come on now,
Literally 1,000 chapters ago.
like literally, if they changed luck from luck to will, that's not that's not a big deal whatsoever. That's, in fact, I will argue that's an improvement. So yeah, that's a straight up nothing burger. Like,
Literally.
I agree. Oh, go ahead, Wahas, what you say?
No, I was gonna kind of move on. I feel like I really do. I agree with Juan. It's like a very nitpicky criticism, and
No,
again,
okay.
like it's the whole thing is about the sword choosing its owner, right? And then you could think of that like in Wano, right? Like about how him having to tame another sword, right? Like
He had to use his
literally-
will.
it makes me think of what that old man said in, even later in Wano, right? Like no sword is cursed; they just have like their own wills.
Yeah.
So like, oh man, people be nitpicking, man.
No, for real. I do agree. I think will is better. It shows that he has to tame it. You know, he has the willpower to tame over the sword, and I don't know. I like the improvement because luck leaves it to being 50-50 still. You know what I mean? Like in a way. But like you said, people nitpicking real hard. To me, I thought it was done perfectly. And then the owner was like, 1 second, wait, I have one more for you, and then he gives him his family heirloom, which I totally do not remember the name.
Yubashiri, I think.
What is it?
Yubashiri.
Yubashiri?
Yeah, that sword. Shout out to that sword if you guys remember what happens to it.
What happens to this? I
Shout
don't
out,
remember. I don't remember.
Water 7.
Water
yeah,
seven?
Water 7. I remember
that
the
guy that could
Rust
disintegrate swords.
yeah, with the Rust.
Oh, I'm upset. I don't remember.
The Marine.
I don't remember at all.
Yeah, it's when after Luffy beats or maybe the end
Rob
of his fight with
Spoilers.
and the sharks are all fighting. Yeah, no, this is definitely a manga podcast. Sorry, guys. but yeah, shout out to that sword. So yeah, he gives him that sword, but I think it's a great time to say like the Matsu is really well cast. Like,
Yes.
like the effects on his hair, like
Everything.
makeup, it's like so good.
Oh, okay.
He's great.
I thought you were going to continue. But yeah, no, he was fantastic. I wonder. I think he might be the cabbage guy in Avatar: The Last Airbender. But I also know that he was in Superman, the Superman movie. He was one of the government people. So it's nice.
Oh.
It's nice seeing him. You know, and he was great. Like he was disgusting at first, but then like he really nailed the haggling was perfect. I felt like he was a dude from Brooklyn trying to haggle, and then like the switch up of him being like, nah, this dude, this is a real one. Like this is a real swordsman here. You deserve it. I don't want nothing. Like you're going to do wonder. Like you're gonna do work with the sword, and it's one of the 50 skilled swords, which was pretty cool. And then Tsuchigi's there and she's watching it and she's just like geeking out, and I love the actress that they picked for her because she was perfect. Like she's geeking out about the swords so hard, and I absolutely love that and appreciate that because that was her dream, right? So
that was I think that's like a Kobe tier casting. That's like the
Yes.
best casting they've done. Like she's such a perfect Tashigi.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
They-
they definitely did a great job with casting her.
Everyone, bro, like just throughout the board, right? Because we
Yeah.
get that, and then quickly before we continue, because I'm pretty sure like the next scene or so, we go back to the right. Do we go back to the base that Axe Morgan was from? Is that the one being attacked by Baroque Works?
It might be. Yeah, you're right.
Because-
it is because I guess they have the guys Zoro murked.
Yes, and they had yes, exactly, because boom, that's perfect. We then go to a scene where Axe Hand Morgan's base, or before he was arrested, whatever, is being attacked by Baroque Works, and we see Miss Valentine, we see Mr. Five, and we also see our girl, All Miss Sunday, aka Nico Robin, right? And we get to see, to me, one of the coolest opening sequences for a character and showcasing of her powers.
Yeah.
That hallway scene was like a tier
Yeah, that was
under
crazy.
a tier under for me of like a Darth Vader hallway scene. Have you ever see damn the Star Wars movie, the one where it's not like it's the one between 3 and 4. I keep forgetting with the rebels and stuff. But like, there's a scene where Darth Vader shows up because you don't expect him, and he's menacing as hell, right? Just murking everybody. And like her scene, like Robin was so sick in this scene, dude. She was so menacing, just walking down, and you see all the Marines trying to make a last stand, and they all got wrecked. There's at least like 20 dudes in there, bro. Like, and like her powers to me seem more menacing and more frightening in the live action than we've ever seen in like the anime or the manga.
Yeah, she
Um,
was making like a whole group of Marines look absolutely powerless as one person. You know what I mean? Like she like didn't break a sweat. Yeah, that was terrifying. And we talked about this is one criticism we talked about, Mister, where people I saw one big tweet by this Twitter account that I've never been a huge fan of, but talking about oh my god they're ruining Robin's character by having her like brutally kill people.
I
I'm
did
like,
see that.
yo,
I did see that.
did you think she was giving niggas chiropractic adjustments? Like
No,
what did they
right.
what do you think she was up
Exactly.
to breaking niggas' backs, bro?
I
Like,
know. I'm about to say she turned them into pretzels.
Yeah.
In the anime,
Yeah.
like literally had them bent and
she
to the
was
point
severing
where
spines, bro.
right. Like you don't think severing spines would kill anybody?
Bro.
It'd be like at best you're paralyzed and at worst you're dead.
Right? Like shit. Like damn, dude. She's literally breaking people's body parts and shit every time.
Literally crunching people by the necks, by the backs. Like it's just like nah, Robin. If you told me that if you were to try to tell me that Robin never killed a single person a day in all her time out at seas, I would be like, you liar.
She had
Just
to.
like,
Straight up.
like yeah, because she was on survival mode for forever.
Forever,
Which is
dude.
and it's not bad. It is not bad for her character if she killed somebody because yeah, she was on survival mode. Wasn't it like implied that she was sexually assaulted or something? Wasn't that?
I don't
forgot
remember.
where it was. It was like either implied or something like that. Either a SDS or something. Where it's like 20 years out at sea. People knew who she was. She was the devil's child. She was like the devil child of O'Hara. 80 million berry. Can read the poneglyphs. She was like she was on the run and surviving. Dirty and low lives like for damn near her whole life. So if she had to murk a couple of people, I get it. Now, yeah, it may seem crazy that she's killing innocent people here, and it is crazy. But it goes to show like, okay, first of all, the people who are watching this, if they never seen One Piece before, they're supposed to come away with thinking that she's a bad person off just straight up.
She is a pirate.
Yes. Yeah. They're supposed to come away with that, which is what we thought when we you got to remember, we thought we were supposed to think that too. And I don't think anybody at the time who never watched One Piece said, "Oh, nah, she's actually a good person deep down. She just no, we thought she was sadistic as hell. Like the way that we thought she killed Igaram, like that scene. I got done telling my wife about that because I was telling her like how in the anime or manga when the whole island blew up and Igaram was supposedly there and he got hit with that explosion and Vivi yelled, "You killed Igaram!" And how every Straw Hat went into a completely fighting / defensive stance. Sanji pulled out a Glicky.
Yeah, he did. He did put out the Glicky.
Yeah, I was like, no, like, bro, when did you ever see Sanji with the Glicky, like Usopp, and they're all right next to her, like, bruh, like that, like, bruh. This story was trying to make it clear that she is not one to be messed with, and she is dangerous,
bro.
That was the way they did it in the live action, as far as her introduction. Is perfect.
Perfect.
So, to convey that message,
bro, and like the fact that like her arms was taking people's knives that they had in their hands and then changing to another arm and then stabbing them somewhere else, right? And then stabbing other people,
Yeah.
taking their guns, forcing them to shoot other people. Like that shit was wild, bro. The best
I feel like that's
showcasing of her
creative.
power.
Like that's not really something we see in the regular
No,
story.
she
That's the
doesn't.
rest of the
She
story.
does not. She has not done that. But like,
Yeah.
it makes sense. Yeah, like that shit was great. And then, like you said, they went to go see Mr. Seven, and they were like, "Oh, Mr. Three and a Half" instead, because he got cut in half by Zoro, and they were annoyed by that. But we knew that their next target is to go after Zoro and the Straw Hats, and they're also they're looking for the princess, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because that was always part of their task is finding the princess of Alabasta, which we find out in some of the flyers and stuff throughout the first episode, which was pretty cool. Um, what else? So yeah, then we get the Bartolomeo, right? You said, which
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
because they mentioned when we first meet him that he was there. He
Yeah.
was inspired by Luffy because of the events that is about to occur. But the fact that he was there trying to get Luffy was I loved. And then like Luffy finally gets to the execution platform, and I like that he didn't say much. You know what I mean? I was like, this is why I started it all. You know, this is the beginning of the end. And then he just tips his cap, and he's just like, heh, you know, like. And then he goes to talk to Bartolomeo, asking him what his dreams are, showing interest in him. You know, because like I feel like Bartolomeo, you know, he says that he's famous and stuff, but we know that that's not the case. It's all talk. But uh, you know, the fact that like someone was actually asking him, like, you know, what, and that's what makes Luffy so great, because like he's always making connections and asking what their interests, what their dreams are, and then like you know, getting them to really think about like, damn, you know, what is my
Never
dream?
asked that.
Yeah, you know,
Never
like
asked me that.
you know, like what is my dream? Like, what? Why do I want to be on this? You know, what do I want to do in this world? And that's something that you know everyone should be asking themselves that, you know, every
Yeah,
day
and
to an extent, you know. So
yeah, and it's great to show that he kind of had it kind of touched him and
it
kind of
did.
had a change. Yeah, like that was great. But okay, we're gonna have to talk about this and like one thing that I did not like. One thing, just one thing, but it was when Buggy showed up with Alvida and
Mm,
stuff. Now, I thought that everything they did to recreate that whole moment was great.
okay.
The one thing I did not like though
Well,
was when
before you say that, shout out to the actress that played Alvida though. She
oh
lost
yeah, yeah,
mad
yeah.
Yeah,
weight,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Insane.
she looked great, dude.
Yeah.
So like shout out to her because I was like, damn, like that was sick.
Yeah, and honestly, I loved what they did with her because they kind of changed it a little bit for this. So, if you guys don't know, for anyone that's watching this, in the manga slash anime, when they brought Alvida out, and you know she uh was slimmer and everything, she was also like seen as like this seductress
Mm.
s type woman at this point, and she was also saying like Luffy, you're my true love or whatever because you're the only one that like that basically
Beat
you know
me.
whoop my ass like that.
Yeah,
So you know I kind of got a thing for you now. Whereas this, it's straight up just vengeance. Like it's none of that. It's like
I like that
straight
though.
up.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. It's none of that. It's like it's just straight vengeance, just straight sheer vengeance on this.
She's like straight
Now,
hands, baby.
yeah. Now my issue though
Okay, okay.
is why did they do it where she's showing her devil fruit sliding around and you telling me that she gets the drop on Luffy with the same weapon that he repelled in episode 1? Like the very same weapon? Like and we already established that it didn't work because he was made of rubber. How did it work this time where he's not only not getting knocked back is one thing. Getting knocked out? I was like, huh?
So
Why is he
pe-
knocked out?
people were saying that like this season, they were a little like Luffy was a little nerfed. But I
Yeah,
think for
like
the
no.
story purposes, you kind of need him to be. Some others were saying that apparently she had some sea prism stone in her mace, which actually would be ingenious, and she should put that in her mace. Just saying.
It would be fine if they just either established it, foreshadowed it, or something. I guess one could say that maybe
because they use sleep prism. They use the sleep prism stuff to handcuff him.
Yeah, you could make that as an excuse. I just wish it was just a little bit more interwovenly connected. If
others
to make it.
Others would say that Luffy got dizzy, right, and he wasn't expecting where she was coming from to get himself ready. But I thought he's made of rubber, so like he'd just be like blowing, type of shit. But that was not the case, and she just like hit him off his feet. You know what I mean? Like I agree.
It was definitely weird. I was like, huh? Because it would be one thing, right? If you could like, see, I do know I love power scaling and stuff like that, but I can be reason with. It's just a problem when episode 1 directly opposes what just happened. Like that's the issue. Like it's like episode 1, the club, and he's just like, yeah.
Well, remember she was going super fast, and like he was like, ooh, and then like, he got hit. I don't know. I can't explain to you, Mod. But I don't want to stay on this topic too long because, like,
it's contrived.
It is contrived. Yeah, but they were showing off her powers, which I did like at first. Like she was like, "Hit me with your best shot," and he was like, "All right, well, gum pistol."
That was hard, though.
And that was hard. That shit, and she was like, "Boom," and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And then
that was great, and it was also hard with the way Luffy did because he was not interested or whatever. He was really about to walk away.
Nah, bro, Luffy.
Nah, get your ass back here. I'm about to beat your ass, and he's like, he turned around like, oh, you want to fight?
Yo, I like that about Alvida. She's about that smoke, and I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like even though she's the enemy from the first episode of season 1, what I liked is that Luffy, when he saw Buggy, right? Because Buggy's came out, taking the hat, showing the wanted person, scribbling on it, which was great. That's some shit that Buggy would do. And Luffy's just like super uninterested. He's like, I'm tired of this dude already, right? Because they already had like a few interactions, and he's like, Bunny, right? And then Buggy got pissed. And then of course when he introduces Alvida, and I like that Buggy is like simping over Alvida, right? I thought it was pretty cool. And different from the manga anime a little bit because like they don't really seem to have that relationship. But I thought it was like they mess with each other, so like they kind of hype each other up and helping each other out fight the common goal, which is Luffy.
And that's this Buggy a lot.
Yes, it does. It really does. And like it, he sees like the benefits that having her around, like, cause she controls a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like she's like, I am the Iron Mace. Like she's very like serious about who she is, and like mad people follow Alvida. Same thing with Buggy, but they work very well together, and just showing her off, which was pretty cool, and the fact that like Buggy got upset at Luffy for saying like, wow, you remember her name and you only met her once. Right, like I thought that was so funny, dude. Like Buggy was hurt, dude, and Luffy's just like, I'm never calling you Buggy. And then I love that they're already bantering, man. If they get the fucking impel down, bro, the banter, yes, because they were like going, because Luffy was like, I said Buggy, and he's like, no, you didn't, you said Buddy. And he's like, no, he's like, I forgot how much I hate you, like, oh, like just like that, like that, like oh, I can't wait to see the future.
Strangle you.
Oh. But the fact that us as like manga readers, anime watchers, like we already know that like the relationship that they form later on, still very rivalrous and like aggressive, but like they do have a relationship that starts to form between those two, and I just love seeing it from season 1 to season 2. Their chemistry builds as well, right? So then we get the scene with them holding Luffy in trial, and Alvida's like putting like he wrecked my ship, he stole my Kobe, he hit me, like blah blah blah, putting that, and then you have Buggy being
to be king of the pirates.
Yeah, you know what? He deserves death, and Buggy is representing Luffy being the worst lawyer ever. And I love that he's like squeezing his face. And I love the faces that Iñaki, the actor of Luffy's making, because they're trying to show that like you could squeeze his face and then his lips start popping up a little bit more, right? Because he's made of rubber, like a little squishy toy type of thing, right? How his eyes and stuff started popping up. So I enjoy that. And it was a fun fact actually, in the because they just released the podcast for the live action season 2. The first episode is Iñaki and the actor of Luffy and Oda talking about the first episode, and Luffy mentions how the actor mentions how he went back, because he read the manga and stuff, and he tries hard to like try to make some of the faces that Luffy makes, like especially like his reactions and like and stuff like that, and like try to exaggerate it because it's how that's how Oda made it and like drew it in the manga, right? So, which I enjoy because like you could really play that up with, especially someone being a rubber man, like especially their smile being extra big because he's made of rubber, so you can make his jaw a little bit bigger and like really exemplify it. But I thought that was cool, and then yeah, they go to trial, and then finally the crew comes, right? The crew comes to save him, and Buggy takes Luffy, right? Buggy takes Luffy to the top of the execution platform to show the final view that Roger got, while the crew's fighting to get him back, right? While Vita's using the rest of their forces to fight the shit hats that Buggy called them, which I thought was great too. But which is right, we get to see everyone showing off their powers. Nami squaring off against Alvida, which was sick, and she was getting wrecked because of the fruit powers. Usopp with the support, Sanji doing his thing, doing some Captain America double kick shit. I don't know if you guys saw that. That's some shit that shit was fire. That's some shit that Captain America, the Sam Wilson Captain America did in the recent Captain America movie. It was like a double kick into a spin. Like
I know, I know the exact scene on Twitter. Yeah,
like they did that. Zoro doing his thing, right, cutting up everyone with his new sword. He beat the what's the guy with the knives that he fought in season 1?
What's his name?
Kabaj?
Yes, Kabaj. Yeah. Beat him real. I don't know if he killed him because every time he slices someone, I'm not sure if he's killing someone. I like to think he might be.
True. He'll probably come back. I mean, he's probably Buggy's crew, right?
Yeah, no, that's true. You kind of need him on, but so like that was cool. Like we see them fighting. Everyone showing off their powers. A nice combination attack between Usopp and Nami, right, defeating Alvida. Usopp doing his pepper star, and Nami knocking Alvida's sandals off, and because she needs something with traction, right? So she knocks the sandals off and then puts the staff in front of Alvida while the pepper star hits the staff. It splits into her eyes, making blinding her and also activating her allergies, making her sneeze and flying her back, and she can't stop herself because of her fruit. So I like that.
Yeah, no, that was ingenious.
That was sick.
That was good.
Combo fighting is elite, man.
Oh, dude, it only gets more elite as the season goes on.
And I'm actually happy that it's like this too, because if you remember in the anime and manga, in comparison, it was just Zoro and Sanji that was fighting to get Luffy back.
Yeah.
And this time they made it where everybody
everyone's squared up.
Yeah, which I love even more.
We need that.
No, especially like they mad tight. Like Usopp ready to square up. Like he's not as afraid, especially having everyone with him. Nami's always is always squaring up, which is nice. Because that's a nice change from early Nami, right? Because later Nami right now in the manga, she's always down to throw down.
Yeah, I'm like, yo,
she's quick to throw down, boy. Yeah, she's with the shits, dog. Yo, shit, don't mess with Nami and Wano. Egghead Elbaz. Yo, she's ready to fight, boy. So there's that, and then we get the whole. Oh, what I like, the Marines were also chilling, right, watching, and they're like, "Yo, Smoker's like, let them fight," which is smart. Let them fight. Yeah. Let them go at it. we will get them afterwards and get
which is manga accurate too.
Yeah.
Like he did that in the manga as well. So that's great that they kept that.
And then we get the scene with Buggy about to kill Luffy, and Luffy, is apologizing to his crew. Well, he makes a statement that he normally does, which is, I want to be king of the pirates, which everyone's getting tired of hearing him say it, which I thought was pretty funny, like especially early on with the Straw Hats. But he's also laughing in the face of death because Buggy's about to, behead him, and then Smoker is just like, bro, that laugh, right? He's like that smile, like he's like this guy. He's embodying Roger right now. He's like, nah, I can't have this. Smoker's like, I was there when it happened. He's like, this motherfucker started something. When Roger did it, he's like, Luffy is doing the same shit. He's like, I cannot have it. And we get the lightning strikes the sword that Buggy has in the air right before it hits Luffy, and Buggy explodes into pieces, which was hilarious because he's like, not again.
Not again.
Yeah, like, right. And then another lightning strike just hits into the whole execution platform, destroying it. And everyone's just like, what the fuck? Like,
Luffy, how did you survive that? Like,
well, yeah.
like,
that makes sense. Even question, if let's say like wood, like, splintered wood is like spearing out because of it's a platform, right? And that goes into him. Wouldn't that cut him, right? Would that
100%, bro.
Right? That would.
Yeah.
All right. So he's just Luffy, lucky.
That was luck, man. I mean, he literally got lit by lightning, although debatable if that was luck or anything. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's another question that we have to ask at the end of this episode. But we get that, and then we get Bartolomeo is the one that grabs his cap, right? His hat, and gives it back to Luffy, and he's just like, what the like? He's just like blown away, right?
He's floored.
He's floored. He really is.
Life changed forever,
right? And he's just like, and then here comes the Marines, and I think there was a cameo. I think Cammy was there, right? Because was she not? Was she not
the mermaid?
The mermaid, because she was selling clothes, right? Because does she not sell clothes for the Star Dude?
She does sell clothes later on. Yep.
I think I had to go back and watch, but I think there was a blurry scene where you see like like they're passing by and there was someone blurry. I could have sworn she might have been there and watched the whole thing. So I do think they might have had that blurred out, and they might have her for stability later on being there.
Oh, man, that'd be sick.
Being like, I was there also and I saw that. You know what I mean? But the thing that I'm a little thrown off because Bartolomeo's also has like the same hair color as her, so like I don't know. It could have been him instead, but I can't tell you. But
there's a lot of crazy cameos, so I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, so we get that, and then the Marines come.
Hachi was there too, right? Like in the
yes. So I feel like you could say that he was there too, and he witnessed the whole thing. We just didn't see him there because he wasn't a focus. You know what I mean? Because like everyone was fighting, and then you bring him on later on, especially with some practical work and some CGI. So then we get the Straw Hats going, trying to leave because the Marines come in trying to get everyone, and Bartolomeo helps them escape. One thing I liked was the fact that Usopp and Nami, like Nami's like, my stuff, like all the stuff that she just bought, she grabbed her stuff, and Usopp's grabbing more of her stuff, and also the big blue marlin that Sanji bought. He's like, yo, Sanji would kill me if I left this.
You guys know Denzel, Jamie Foxx clip where he's like mocking him, saying, "Yeah, I'm from around the way. I'm leaving here with something." That's Nami, man.
Oh yeah.
Any situation, she's
facts.
finding the gold, she's finding whatever, like the value. She's not leaving without it, bro.
No, that is a fact. And then everyone splits, right? And then we get Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy getting interrupted by Sashigi. Right, and something I liked here was Sanji teasing Zoro and being like, ex-girlfriend? Like, and Zoro's like, I got this. Like, just go, whatever. Like, not even play, just leave. I'm gonna take care of this. So then they bounce, and Sanji's like laughing, and so is Luffy, and then they square up with Smoker, and this is where we get to meet and get to see a true showcasing of Captain Smoker. And I want to ask what you guys thought about both fights, right? Because we got Tashigi versus Zoro and Smoker versus Luffy and Sanji.
Tashigi versus Zoro is exactly how I would have expected it to have went. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't all that impressed with the choreography too much in that fight, but it was kind of supposed to be like that because Tashigi is supposed to be like much weaker than Zoro,
and very textbook in her fundamentals.
Yeah, and Zoro was just kind of like, without trying to hurt her, just keep her, make her understand that she has no business fighting him, basically. And that's what was achieved. And then he stabbed her own sword into the thing. Like I got your sword. If I wanted to kill you, I would have. And that was perfectly conveyed through that fight. And then she was like, okay, like you're still scum though.
Yeah,
and
you're still brute.
Swords.
Yeah.
And then I still like that they touched on the fact that like he didn't kill her because of either the connection with Kuina, even though he never explicitly said it in here in the live action. I kind of like that they kept it sort of ambiguous because then they can return to the subject eventually when Tashigi meets up with him again.
Yeah,
and she'd be like, back when we fought,
why did you? Yeah,
why? You still haven't told me why you didn't kill me, and then he'll explain probably at some point because you remind me of
so and so, Kuina. Yeah,
so and so. Yeah, how they display it, how they convey that will be interesting because in the anime, Zoro just got real frustrated. In the manga, Zoro just got real frustrated with her because of all her shit talking. He's like, "Look, you had the same damn face as a girl." Like you just
the girl that I used to know.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Well,
he just said something so stupid." She's like, "Stop using her face," and she's like, "What are you talking about, bro?"
He's very awkward, which I like. He's
yeah. So I'm happy that they kind of went this way because it still leaves room for more dialogue, more moments and stuff like that. So that's fine.
You could build on that later on in the future.
Mm-hmm.
While we're talking about the Zoro Tashigi, I agree. Mod is like was supposed to be kind of a footnote in the manga anyway, and it's kind of how it felt. Like they had like a little scuffle, and he kind of just showed her what's what. But Mister, you just mentioned how like Zoro is a little like one of his characteristics is a little awkward, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Mackenzie Zoro is a little too cool, and I think like to a detriment. I think Zoro is not an edgelord early on. He's like really goofy, and he's more talkative. He's like, I also don't think he's slow in the way they show him here. I'm actually really not feeling the way they portray Zoro's personality in like chill moments. I think they're making him look stupider than he is, even though he is dumb. Is 100% a moron.
Wait till later on. Wait till later on.
They just make him look slow a little bit. And I think he's trying to be cool when he's not cool. You know what I mean? He's cool because he's a badass, but he's not cool because he's like nonchalant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the kind of portraying like a stereotypical anime.
I think he's portraying
rival second best type shtick, like like a Sasuke or Vegeta or some shit like that.
I think
standoffish a little bit.
I think he's coming off as post time skip Zoro. A little too much.
And to be honest,
and even the looks too.
About him.
Yeah, which is
he's D's as hell.
I bet. I mean, I can't. Yeah, I mean, because Zoro early on was
really one big criticism.
Zoro early on is definitely goofy. I will say, later on he does have some goofier moments as the season goes on, but yeah, I could definitely see that being a detriment in that way.
Yeah. But and I think it stands out because the rest of the shots are really, really good. And even Mackenzie Zoro has great moments. The rest of the shots are so like specifically to me, Sanji, Usopp, Sanji are like perfect.
Yeah.
So I think it just stands out a little bit in comparison. But that's I only bring it up here because like it just shows a little bit too. Like the awkwardness from the original kind of lacking a little bit. But it could also because like Buggy for example is really different in a great way. So I think Mackenzie Zoro could end up being cool in its own way too. We'll see how that goes later on.
Maybe they're trying to work up into it this time around. Like maybe like because I knew why they did it the first season. The first season made sense, and I was waiting for it till he got up to the Mihawk fight to see like
Get humbled.
a change in his like personality because he was kind of the same, but it makes more sense in the first season. This time around, I'm still waiting for that, and I guess like I'm guessing that they want to progressively make. I'm at least this is why I think they're going to progressively make Zoro a little bit more loose, a little bit more goofy and stuff like that.
I
As
think,
time go on, like they did the same thing with Nami, because Nami was kind of the same as Zoro in the first season of the live action. Now she's a little bit more freer. Now that she's been through her character arc, she's more freer. She's less on edge. But you saw throughout, well, not to spoil it, but because we haven't went into episode 2 yet, but or it was episode 3, whatever it was. But basically, we saw Zoro see Mihawk.
That's episode 3. Yeah.
So it's a lingering thing. So probably until that edge has been taken off, maybe Zoro's still going to be like this until he gets that edge off. I don't know.
I believe in the men. They have some legendary people writing it, so I'm along for the ride. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna.
Hey, everyone got a criticism of McKinney. Even Oda. Oda criticized McKinney after season 1, and he's like, "I need a bigger neck." For Zoro. That's why McKinney's like, I'll try, and that's why he got as big as he did. So I understand.
It's paid off. This guy is huge.
He's huge. Apparently, he's even bigger now for season 3.
God damn, bro.
But I do see that. I do say it could be the case.
100%, but I'm having a good time otherwise. It's like criticism. And so the Luffy Sanji smoker, that was amazing to me. I was interested in how they're gonna show the Logia. It was great, bro. It looks so natural.
They hit it on point with the CGI, bro. Yeah. It is so good. I was thoroughly impressed.
I love that like Sanji was like cocky. He was like, "Yo, Luffy, I got this, bro." Like he does a named attack real quick. Goes right through the dude, and then here comes Luffy, and then Luffy's doing his thing, and he's like, "Bro, what is going on? Nothing's working." Like they got wrecked. Smoker showed out, did the white blow, whatever. Fucking used the smoke, took Luffy, twirled him up, and shot him out. Did everything, knocked Sanji out real quick too. Like really, like showing like. He's not someone to be messed with.
He beat the brakes off them, bro.
He really did. It was a showcasing, indeed. And I like that because it goes to show you that season 2, Luffy can't just do what he normally does. Like you gotta change it up a little bit.
The grand line different, boy.
It is. And then of course to show you the scene where Smoker hasn't pinned down, right, and Luffy's trying to get out, and he's going to intoxicate him with smoke. And then he gets stopped by the one, the only, Monkey D. Dragon. Yes. Who they did show you when they first touched down, I forgot to mention. When they first touched down, they show Dragon watching them in the beginning of the episode. So then Dragon says, "Who are we to stop another man's voyage or journey?" Something like that, right? Along those lines.
Yeah.
And Dragon, I think I got a picture. Because he was casted in season 1, but then they recasted him for season 2, and this guy that they picked him to be him in season 2 looks almost identical to the anime manga version of Dragon.
I should have thought about that more. He looks a lot like the current Dragon. I was thinking about like the Dragon in like early on. He looks a little more kind of like how Ace and Roger both changed a lot to have like more squarish faces.
Yes.
This Dragon looks really like a lot like
season one Dragon was a darker skinned gentleman. I think he was Indian, and he had a pointier face, and that looked more like on par with the beginning versions of Dragon. Yeah. And then he got recasted in season 2. To this guy who looks more Spanish, I could see him being kind of looking a little bit like Garp too, a little bit like they have like the same squarish head. So
yeah, like Luffy's grandma is Latin as hell.
Yeah.
The answer, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. That no, big time.
No, 100%, bro.
She's definitely
And
Puerto Rican.
yo, 1000%, bro. And so the first line was cool, and then Smoker obviously hits him with the legendary, bro. Like the world government is after your head, and I've always loved this dragon line. It's like the world is waiting for our answer.
Yes.
I still don't know what that means. Even now.
The answer from the revolutionaries, bro. They're making their.
No, true. But I love that line, and he hit that shit. So
He
that
did.
was cool. That's all I
Yeah.
needed.
His voice was great. Like, and then he quickly a tornado kind of whirlwind whips up Smoker, and they both are out of there real quick. And Sanji did see Dragon briefly, not too well, but he did see that Dragon was there. Someone was there that saved Luffy.
Yep.
And they all get back to the
That was a
ship.
very interesting change too.
Yes.
Like I was like, oh, instead of them getting, winded out of the way, he just Jakob Smoker out the way.
That shit was crazy.
So this was another thing that was brought up. That this show is showcasing more of the fact that Dragon might have a devil fruit. Like a weather type of fruit. Because there's no way that lightning was coincidental, as we know, right? I believe it was Dragon. Because they show you in the beginning when Dragon is looking at Luffy, like there's a storm coming, right? And that's just Dragon just waiting, using his power slightly, trying to make it like a little covert in a way. But he saves Luffy, takes Smoker out. We see him, do the win, and then also, fun fact. The actor that played Dragon had posted on Instagram, and of course, people are quick with the snapshots because he deleted it. And it was pretty much saying, like, thank you everyone, like, for this opportunity to play Dragon. That was nice, it's one of the best roles that I've had in my life. Like, apparently he had a lot more scenes, but they always do more scenes and then they cut them down.
Yeah, because they don't know what they're gonna edit. Yeah.
Yeah, and he mentions like it was great learning about Dragon, the revolutionary, and the use of his devil fruit powers. He says that in the post, right? And so then that was deleted, and people were like, "Yo, confirmation!" Like, "Oh my god!" Like, because
you got the boss call, bro.
because like every
sports,
because these actors definitely have to get a little something from Oda, I guess, or from the team on their character. I can only imagine, because like there's not much on Dragon, but then you see the scene and like it seems like he got powers, bro. Like, does he get devil fruit or not?
Yeah, and I think it's something we all assume when you watch the anime, read the manga, but it's like so clear that it's him in the live action.
Yeah, it's so clear that it's him.
Get it all.
And then the Straw Hats all get on the ship and they get away, right? Am I not mistaken? Is that pretty much it? And they start their course to Reverse Mountain.
There's that bit about Dragon on a ship, right? He gets called back by a sword.
Oh, yes. Oh, so we see the Straw Hats going away, and the winds are pushing them away because Dragon, again, aiding them, right? And helping them get away, and he's saying, "Go forth." And I feel it in my soul that part of him wanted to say, "Go forth, my son," right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he mentions the fact that, like, oh, a pirate, eh? That's what you chose to be. He's like, that's fine if that's what you want to choose. Just give it your all, whatever. Go, and then he said, "Go forth." And I feel like he wanted to say, "My son," but remember, in the manga, we know that he will never say that Luffy's his son because of anyone's watching, right? Or whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
like even though his name is Monkey D, right? Dragon, Monkey D, Luffy. Like, all right, bro. But you know what? If you don't want to claim him as your son because you're afraid or whatever, and it gives power to someone else, I get it and I respect it. Whatever, it is what it is. But he says that, and then what do we get? Someone in the back steps out, and they blurred him out, but we see his outfit. And who is it? What, Huss?
Young Sabo.
Young Sabo, all up in there in Lordstown already, and there's people were complaining. Some people were complaining about it, but it actually makes sense because he was already part of the Revolutionary Army the whole time.
There's that scene in the Egghead flashback, I think, or the Kuma flashback, where I think it's Sabo who's asking him like, what was with the pit stop in Logtown? Yeah, clearly they all knew about it. Like the ship was there.
Yeah.
So,
It doesn't necessarily mean that Sabo knew about Luffy because, like you just pointed out, Mister, Dragon doesn't want anybody to know his ties with Luffy. And
it was only Kuma. Even in Impel
yeah.
Ivankov is like, what the hell? Dragon has a son? Like,
right? Yeah, exactly. So it breaks no immersion that Sabo would be there.
Yeah.
It doesn't break any immersion.
Yeah. And like I feel like people who complain about stuff like that are such like not fun havers. Like, dude, loosen up, bro. We can't have a sick cameo. Like, what are we doing here, man?
Bro,
it's just like it's very oh my gosh, the anime, the manga, it must match exactly to the manga. Guys.
Oh my goodness! Oh man, I've never heard this voice of you before.
He put the glasses on.
Well, guys,
because it's like it's the most stick up your ass like criticism, and I'm like, bruh, calm down. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let them take some liberties. It's not supposed to be a literal 1-to-1. Otherwise, why would bruh? It's not a 1-to-1 like holistically. Otherwise, you would just read the manga or watch the anime or whatever. And I get that live action does something kind of differently for everybody, but still, you take different liberties. You take different things that would convey better to a live action than just making it exactly the
and also a Western audience too.
Exactly. Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Gotta think about who the show is being aimed for, right? But another scene, real quick, before I forget, when we go to episode 2. Bartolomeo, real quick, he's running away in all the commotion, and he sees a poster of Luffy, and then he sees a mirror of himself, and then he's like, you see the inspiration in his eyes, and then he smiles just like Luffy, and then you see him become the first fanboy of the Straw Hats. Really, the rookie becoming the fan, and I love that because I hope throughout next season, or the season going forward, we just see snippets of him like making his crew and like making the fan club for the Straw Hats and stuff like that, right? Like, I think it would be a great way to see the progression of that, just like how we see progression with the Marines and other factions of One Piece. So yeah, we get that's the ending of the episode. They go to reverse. They start heading course to Reverse Mountain, and I can't think of anything else. Right? I think that's pretty much it.
That episode, not off the top of my head.
Well, how did you guys feel? Like, what would you guys rate the first episode?
Oh, straight up, like 9 out of 10.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
9 out of 10. Very, very. I love the way they paced it. I love the pacing. I love the scenes, especially the very beginning scene as the introduction. I love like all the little creative liberties that they did to make it concise and stuff like that. I absolutely love it. Again, only criticism really for me is like what Whitehouse pointed out, the Zoro thing, and then also my thing with the Alvida getting the drop on Luffy like that. Those are my only 2 criticisms, but it's still overall massively enjoyable. Like
a great start to the season. Blew me away. I was like, yo, I'm hyped, and I went straight into the next episode 2, right? And the title name was Good Whale Hunting, which I don't know if you guys noticed, but each title of each episode is a movie reference.
Oh, that's cool.
It's fantastic. Little tidbit. But yeah, Good Whale Hunting. We see the crew starting their trek to go up Reverse Mountain, and Nami's telling them the course. Zoro is like, how are we supposed to do this, right? Like, that makes no sense. And she explains how it works, whatever, and they get started. And what I liked is that we get to see the Straw Hats working seamlessly together on working the ship. You know what I mean? Making everything work. Nami giving the directions. Luffy's in the front, kind of like in a steering in a way, like he's giving some input, right? But like Sanji, Zoro, and Usopp are like Usopp's on the I don't know what it's called. The stick that moves the rudder on the bottom, right? Because he's like controlling that. While
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot what it's called.
while Zoro,
Before we get super into it, guys, do you guys think maybe time wise might be better served to save the rest of this for our full season, because we've already been at an hour and some change.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even.
That's true.
I
We
I
did.
know it's been too good of an episode. We've been having
It
some
is,
good
it
time
is.
with the live action.
I know.
But to
I'm-
give it the proper respect time wise, I think maybe we should leave that with a tease of the ship work, because I think it was amazing too.
Oh man, but
We'll leave it to it,
episode 2
the
was so
rest
good.
for the rest of the season. I love it so much.
I feel we might.
That's why I want to give it its proper due. I don't want to rush through it.
I feel like we might have to do like an episode, pretty much.
Yeah, we might have to do some episodes per episode, or like
2 and 3 together.
Okay. We can do episode 2 like next break week.
Yeah, I'm in no rush. At least. Yeah.
I'm
Same,
not
I'm also in no
talking
rush.
about it. Yeah, we can do our full on review later down the line, because we got plenty of time. Plenty of people will still be watching it, checking it out. So.
We'll be watching it too, right? Like I'm on episode 3.
I'm gonna watch it so many times, bro. I'm gonna watch it so many times.
Yeah, you're gonna have the script down by Pat by the time we record the episodes. I was surprised by this one. You were already locked in, man. You had it down pat already, so it was impressive, man. But yeah, I just I want to make sure, because that was the first episode where I'm thinking like, okay, wait, they're really going crazy with showing things that we didn't have the knowledge of back then to even be able to kind of give foreshadowing to show. So I want to give it its whole due proper and not through it.
Even then, like even a full season, I'd rather we just go. We'll update Callie, but I think we should just go episode per episode. Like next one, if he watches it already, he could give us what he thinks about episode 1 real quick before we get started, and go straight into and talk about episode 2, because there's so much to talk about just in that episode alone. Like, and the love that they had in that episode, I thought was great.
Yeah, I completely agree.
But you know what? With that being said, thank you all for being here. Please go and watch season 2 of One Piece live action on Netflix. You'll be so happy. As a fan, I was ecstatic. From start to finish, like each episode was great, and it keeps getting better. Like
that's really what it is. I feel like season 1, they had a lot. They had like it was like a pilot. You know what I mean? It was like, what can this look like?
Yes.
And then there clearly, we obviously how much numbers it did, how much people love it, and how much it surprised us, right? Because live action has burned anime fans for how long, right? Literally my whole lifetime.
Every time.
So I think for season 2, they gave them full reign. They're like, okay, clearly you guys know what you're doing. Like, do what you got to do, and it's made by people who clearly love One Piece so much. You know what I mean? And it shows in every single little tidbit, Easter egg.
Yeah,
exactly, man. So I'm. You gotta watch it if you haven't watched already. So I'm trying to say to anyone listening.
There is so much love and warmth in the show that I'm super happy by, because anytime we got a live action of any anime, it was not done by the creator did not give a green lit, or it was given to people who was just using it to just make some money and not actually care about the source material. So, but here we got both of those things. We actually got both, and it shows. Absolutely,
it really does.
Staunch difference between people who care about the series that they're working on and the creator versus people who just want to use it for a quick buck or whatever.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Yeah, absolutely love it.
I would like what as you were saying. I remember I hit you up after watching the first episode, and I was like, bro, I think something like that. I think they killed it. Like they're gonna the season 2 is gonna be way better than season 1. And
you can just tell already.
Just from episode 1, they said fans want this shit. Like they want this. Like they want the cameos. They want the Easter eggs. Like let's give it to them. Like, and what I loved is that they use a lot of practical effects, a lot of practical sets. And that helps save the budget for the CGI, which they will need for later on. For certain characters that we know. But like, you could tell, like even the actors, like they like the chemistry that they have with each other. Them being more of their own character. You know, like making Luffy, like Iñaki making Luffy more of himself, right? Like Luffy's doing more. Like he's stretching his arms out more, or he's trying to get more food, or like just like little mannerisms, which I think was which was awesome. Like for all the characters throughout the board, like Zoro, Sanji, uh, because people online were saying that this is comparable. This is worse. Some people were even saying this is worse than Dragon Ball Evolution, which is absolutely ridiculous because
Oh
that
no,
that
no, ignored.
that is the lowest. Like, bro, it's Bulma had one strand of blue hair, and they said that was Bulma. I don't like. Let's not do this, right? Uh, this show has so much love and care to it that as a true fan of One Piece, like each of us could appreciate it and could enjoy it. Like I had tears in some of these episodes, especially like
got me, bro.
yeah, like episode 2 got me real hard, and I was like the love is there, and like man, I cannot wait for future seasons, and that's why I don't think I know I mentioned to you guys before, but like I didn't say this on the podcast. I don't think they will end. Like this series is not going to the end of the series of One Piece. McKinney did say in an interview that Oda told him where he wants the live action to end. I believe that will be Marineford. I think it would be great if it was Marineford, right into the post time skip, and then like you leave people hanging there. People going to rush to the anime manga to catch up because they're gonna want to know what the hell happens. There's a time skip, and then I think this would be if you do want to continue the live action, maybe a year or so, and during that time you are recasting everyone for a younger cast, but like a younger older cast, right, to do the next part of One Piece after it's completed to condense it properly.
Mister, I've only just thought about this now because we talked about this before too on a lot. Like last time we were in a call about One Piece, and we had that idea that it could end at like a good point to end is a time skip, and then boom, you gotta Fishman Island and do the rest yourself, either manga or anime. But now that I think about it, could this be why they did that HD cut of Fishman Island a year or two ago? Is that maybe this in preparation?
Yes.
Of you
it's all.
Because I was gonna make a joke because I was gonna say like, and then you finish the live action and then you have to watch the anime at Fishman Island, which is a slog, right? In comparison, pacing wise. And then I thought about it, I'm like, no, it's not gonna be a slog. It's only 30 episodes now or 27 because they fixed it, right?
Yep.
So maybe that's like a kind of like a little bit of a hint that that's where they're gonna.
Bro,
the live action.
They have this shit pat down, right? Because I feel like the next thing they're gonna announce is a Dressrosa like cut down, condensed version of Dressrosa.
Yeah, Punk has Dressrosa.
And next thing you know, because they even have the dub done for that already too, right? Like let's say for the Fishman Island, they had the dub already. Bro, people catching up easy. You know what I mean? Like it's all about catching up everyone to the end of One Piece to be there before it actually ends. I feel like, and like Oda's doing that, bro. Like this shit is like waves of One Piece is wild, dude. Like. Man, I'm like we are in for a ride, like
it's crazy, bro. It's a crazy time to be a One Piece fan. We're eating a little too good, bro.
Absolutely.
We are, so yeah.
Hey, now we got it. Now all we gotta do is just get our fighting game going. With,
hey,
hey,
Oda.
I'm hitting Oda up right now, bro.
Oda, let us know, yo. We got you, bro. We got you, boy. We won't let you down, man. You want love and fighting games in One Piece? We got you, son.
Yeah.
Like, but no, I can't wait, dude. That'd be so much fun. I just, damn, I would want it to be based off of the anime, though, not like off the live action. You know what I mean? Like, cause I feel like next thing you know, they're like, we're gonna make a fighting game of One Piece, but it's the live action. Like
it looks like that 90s Street Fighter game.
Yes,
movie.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I'd be so upset. Well, watch it be fire. Watch it be fire.
No, they know better than to do that. Maybe just like you do the anime, but you give them
some sprite, some
action,
like costumes type of shit,
some alternate skins or something like that.
That'd be fire.
Yeah,
yeah.
Their voices.
Yeah, no, that'd be sick. But
a voice pack that would be kind of cool. Like,
hey, speaking of voices, like before we end, they even had because the live action they weren't able to have a premiere because in the season 1 they were going through the actor strike, right? The acting strike.
Oh yeah.
So they finally had the premiere, and He had all the voice actors of the crew with the main crew, and they got to do the battle scene together. I don't know if you guys saw that clip,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
that clip was sick. Like Zoro saying that he wants to be the strongest swordsman. Both of them saying it. Like then Luffy saying want to be the king of the pirates. Nami wants to build a map. Sanji wants to find the old blue, and Usopp wants to be the brave warrior of the sea. And like all of them did it, and that was so cool. Like and just them having the press tour. Like they deserve all the flowers, bro. Like this dude in Yankee learned Japanese so fluently in a year and a half, or like 2 years now. Like it's actually ridiculous that he was like talking to the crowd of in Japan, like and teaching them Spanish and shit like that. And McKenyu was also like thanking him, like because he was so impressed at how much work that he did. Like that shit, like that shows, and like he did it because he wants to connect with the people of Japan because they're the ones that created One Piece and stuff like that. But he's not just doing that, but he's also like connecting them with the Spanish community. Like now with the because it's a U.S. show, it's in the U.S.
It's
Like
very beautiful.
it is like everyone like it's all about connection and
Connection.
exactly, and that's Oda. That's Oda's whole thing, right? That's what he's trying to convey, and that's what Luffy brings. And like that kid is doing it, the whole cast is doing it, and like kudos to you guys. Like, man, for me, episode 1 was a 9 out of 10, almost 10 out of 10. Like the whole season was a 10 out of 10, really. Like just it was like for me, it was perfect, and I cannot wait for what you guys do for season 3 because
I'm excited, man, and like I just want to hop on that point about the cast. So, bro, like I was watching just like a random clip in an interview, like all of them. I think Vivi was there, and they're just having so much fun. They're so like they're really doing everything to make the maximum value out of this opportunity that they have in front of them. It's really inspiring actually to see them go all the way with this. You know what I mean? The cast are like you said, Iñaki learns Japanese. This guy's on a podcast with Oda. Imagine the world
Yeah.
you live in to be on a podcast with Oda. That's
Yep.
freaking crazy, right?
Yep.
You're not just an actor. You're making it part of who you are. Sanji and Zoro, like I'm calling them by their characters at this point. That's how much they resonate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How much work they put in.
Bro, like
It's just they're really doing it all, bro. It's amazing, man.
they are like Sanji, the actor for Sanji, Taz, he's like becoming a top chef. He has 3 black belts in Muay Thai and different
Exactly.
karates because of that was his goal. Like he's really embodying Sanji. Like McKenyu, we've known him for his stunts, and he's upped it even more, especially with episode 3 because on the screen I put up McKenyu tweeted One Piece season 2 now streaming. Episode 3, guys. Zoro versus 100 assassins. Don't miss it. And I love that because he made sure to have 100 assassins, 100 extras fighting him because he's like, these fans are going to count, and I'm counting too. Like because he's a true fanboy. Like he's like OD like about One Piece, like from the get go, and like so that was OD. And not just that, what I loved is if you look at the comment under this in the picture. It's Book of Jacob, which is Jacob Gibson Romero, which is the actor of Usopp, saying Usopp also killed 101 agents in the way back to the ship, but we had to cut the episode down for time, so it didn't make the cut. Like this motherfucker, this motherfucker is embodied Usopp to perfection. I cannot wait for you guys to watch the rest of it because Usopp really shined this season in like small moments, but like. He was so good, and
gun to my head, I would say he's doing the best out of the shots. That's what I would say.
Oh yeah. When it comes to, I think my favorite character right now, surprisingly, is Usopp because usually in the anime, I already said
early on,
I do love Usopp regardless, but my favorite Straw Hats will always be like Sanji and like Robin, Frankie, them like
that's real. Never before seen opinion, by the way. That's cool to hear.
Maybe I never said that, but yeah, those are my like favorite Straw Hats
or
whatever of everybody. Even though I love everybody equally. Oh, and of course Luffy. But
yeah, Luffy, we gotta like take he's like some MC, bro.
Yeah. I usually discard him, but you
just
had to throw that in there. But this time around for the live action, I think it's Usopp that's my favorite out of everybody.
I think Usopp, fucking Taz, and and Nami, bro. Like
Agreed.
Sanji and
Three right now.
yeah, you know. But Vivi is a huge one this season. I'm not like, oof, that girl really brought it, bro.
I've just barely seen her. I'm liking her already.
Oh yeah, well, I can't wait for you to watch more. We're definitely gonna talk. But yeah, with that being said, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching and checking us out. Please go watch season 2 of One Piece live action over on Netflix. And this is your crew from Show Sit Down. We will be doing an episode next week because we are back, right? Manga chapter.
Yes, sir.
Boom.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What chapter is it? 1177. Woo! Yo, let's go.
Oh,
So with that being said, thank you all for being here. Be happy, be healthy, spread some love and peace, and enjoy your weekend, guys. All right,
Yes, sir.
peace.
yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.
Who gon' get down? We are. This that straw hat, sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that straw hat, sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Straw hat, sit down, crew in the building. We Corona to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this, and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin' every time an episode is dropping. We see D3 in the corner, Mister, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut, always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's wild, last but not least, if you ask me, then Cali, mad at Captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that one piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that straw hat, sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that straw hat, sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We